Hamas would just suddenly start firing rockets. Israel would have to respond because Israel has a right to defend itself, would decimate, mow the lawn, as they call it, killing a bunch of Palestinians and creating an expanded buffer zone, building settlements in that buffer zone and taking over that area. Like, that's the modus operandi. So if you stand there and say that Hamas are used by Israel to stop a Palestinian state ever happening, then you get called an anti-Semite and a conspiracy theorist and all that kind of shit. Yet Benjamin Netanyahu can stand there in 2019 on film, you can watch it on YouTube, on film, saying that they need to continue funneling money through Qatar into Hamas to stop the implementation of a two-state solution, so of a Palestinian state. So he's literally saying the words that you are saying and being called names for saying. It's extraordinary, man. It's wild, actually. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's WTAF. My name's Gareth. His name is
Richard.
As always, it's brought to you in association with Supreme CBD. Head over to supremecbd.uk and use the code WTAF. You get 40% off everything. Did that without breathing.
I was going to say, you're a lot one higher tone there. It's like you were harmonising, but the other bit had dropped out. And if you head over to Ickonic. Yes, that's true.
His voice didn't go up or down. It just stayed like that, didn't it? The whole time.
We just didn't want to get out of that range. Yeah, I know.
No, which is ironic that their biggest hit was a song called Lifted. If never fucking did.
You didn't know. No, I liked his voice, but it was very, very monotone. Yeah, lift music. What are we doing? Okay, so head over to ickonic.com. And if you want to see more of this random nonsense and stuff that we do, sensible stuff. Thank you for the 6 years and nearly 7 years of help. We out and head over to ickonic.com. I thought that went really well.
Yeah, it was great. It was fucking seamless, mate. Right, I'll kick off then. Wait, what are you saying? The LA wildfires, do you remember them? Like, they were the end of last year, weren't they? And I think they killed 12 people and they just fucking destroyed whole neighborhoods. It was crazy. Everyone was saying it was climate change. Gavin Newsom, fucking of COVID fame, came out with pictures of the fires saying, for all you people that deny the science, look at this.
It's fire.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they've just got the guy that started them all, haven't
they? So they leave it that long. How many was it? Been 10 months now, so people forget.
Yeah.
And then they
what's funny as well is Gavin Newsom was tweeting about it, going, "Yeah, they've got the perpetrator, blah blah blah," and it's like, is this you, dude? You were saying it was it was me leaving my telly on standby. Now suddenly, no, it's an arsonist. It's always an arsonist. You hear it all the time. Like, even when there's wildfires in the UK, it's like, look at it, it's climate change. And then just behind the scenes, they go, 12 arrested.
Yeah, and it's like, so this was a single arsonist that managed to do that much damage. Is that plausible?
Probably not, mate. It's probably all bullshit. It'll be multi-layered, I reckon. One, you can blame it on climate change and all that sort of nonsense and get all the doom goblins out. But also, you can destroy and then buy up a shitload of land in a very affluent and wealthy area. I'm sure BlackRock and Black Cube and the lots of black stuff will get their they'll have got their claws on certain areas, I'm sure.
So much happens one after another that you forget about these things. I totally forgot about all of that. And that was like houses burning down and people in their houses watching their houses burning.
It was crazy.
And
I don't even think a blue roof kept you safe in that one.
No, it definitely didn't. No,
it just took out loads of places. But none of it made sense, though. Like, I remember looking at some of the footage and there was entire houses just destroyed. And then in the middle of it, a tree, not absolutely fine. And I remember seeing someone go, yeah, but that's because trees have got moisture in. What?
Which one?
Was the house completely burnt down to the ground, but the tree doesn't have a mark on it, or moisture?
Have you ever tried to set light to wood?
It's It's
Of course that was a bit
literally, yeah, of course it is. They're called log burners. Like that's what
for a
people do. They
reason. Yeah,
chop a tree, cut it up, set fire to it, start a fire. Go and get some firewood. No, it's fine. It's weird, isn't it?
it's
How
got,
people will sort of,
moisture in it.
and well, yeah. I mean, I understand probably a tree with moisture in it, and a living tree would probably take longer to go up than
Yeah, of course it would.
a tree that's dead and dried out. Yeah, I get that, but I don't think Wensleydale Avenue in its entirety is going to go. I don't know why it's called that. I've been talking about Wallace and Gromit this morning. He's going to go in its entirety before that little fucking cedar there.
Yeah, exactly. It's strange what people jump around with, isn't it? And just to try and excuse things. I think they've got to the point now. They're well beyond caring whether it makes sense or not. Just give me something. Give me something to
That's
hold
it.
on to, even if it's a burning tree.
Yeah, they'll go. I think it's one of them, isn't it? If you tell someone what they want to hear, then they will believe it and they won't question it. So with the sort of the climate cult doom goblins, if they don't want to hear that it's an arsonist who set fire to stuff, because they want their whole view of human caused climate change to be validated. So therefore you tell them that it's climate change and they will go, yep. And they will literally jump on it. Charlie Kirk in it, same thing. They wanted it to be some leftist trans affiliated nutcase. And they went, yeah, that's him. Perfect. Cut and dry, sorted, solved. It's like, well, not really.
No. And we haven't heard anything about this. Maybe Charlie, it was that guy, that Tyler Robinson, who was setting fire to all those wildfires. Just blame it all on the one person.
Just do him
Stick
for it.
all on him.
Do him
Yeah.
for it. Do
Tyler
him for
was
Butler
involved.
PA a lot.
Titanic going down. Let's
October
just bung it
7th.
all on.
It was all
Yeah.
Tyler.
Fucking Tyler. Let's get it all on him. 9/11, Tyler. He was behind it all. You might as well just bung it all on the one, I think, because now, like, a little bit like roulette. Just stick it all on the one. Just go for it. Go for broke. Stick it all on the one.
Well, that's it. If he was a Freemason, if he was a stonemason, he'd be all right. But he's a Tyler.
Yeah. He's not. He's
They don't
one.
like
He's.
it. Don't like roofers. Don't like roofers.
I was going to say, what's his mum's name?
Thing, actually, Tyler was up on the roof. Well, of course he was. Where do you expect him to be? It's his job.
If it had been a Epstein up there, it'd been Fiddler on the roof.
Exactly. Yeah. Fiddler on the roof.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in a little bit of a low mood this morning because I just got up. Well, I didn't just get up. I got up at 6, but when I got up, it was all Trump the savior stuff, and it's just like, you almost feel like just let him have this day, go back to bed, then come out tomorrow and he'll have done something else stupid like having a paedophile mate, evangelical priest or something. Gaz.
Nobel Peace Prize.
Sometimes
he needs the Nobel. Did you see how he was told though? Like, he sat there and then is it Marco Rubio comes in and whispers in his ear? It was George W. Bush being told about 9/11 level acting. All Trump
so
needed
ridiculous.
was his book to be upside down. It was pathetic.
And as if he's going to give him a little bit of paper, but also Marco Rubio. So this is how disgusting these people are. Marco Rubio is the guy that signed off with Donald Trump for $4 billion in IDF funding in March of this year. 19,000 children at least have been murdered by these two, and they're sitting there, and you guys are praising them as if they've stopped a war that they funded. I don't know how stupid you need to be to not say thank you for stop smashing my windows in.
They haven't stopped a war anyway. They haven't stopped a war anyway, mate. All they've done is they've looked at the PR and they've gone, we've destroyed Gaza now, so that's fine. It's destroyed, which means we can just, move the rubble and build our Riviera. We can't really keep killing Palestinians because it's sort of, PR shit. Like, we're paying these fuckers £7,000 a tweet or whatever. It's not doing much. So we'll just clear them out. Say it's a peace deal, clear them out while we rebuild it, and then they'll never be allowed back.
Yeah, it's so clear what's been done. And the reason why they can't do that anymore, because it doesn't benefit them. It's not that they don't want to stop killing Palestinians. It just doesn't benefit them to anymore. And they'll do anything that benefits them. If it's, they care so little about human life that kill them or to not kill them ain't really a problem. It's what's beneficial to the overall agenda. Marco Rubio will go and kiss. Is he kissed the wall yet?
Oh, he's licked the wall big time. He was licking the wall a couple weeks back, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Marco Rubio, wasn't it? So he's licked the wall. Tommy Robinson's going to go over there and lick the wall now, and then it's just I don't know how more blatant they can be. I really don't.
Well, with the Tommy thing, that's hilarious because I mean everyone knows he's an Israel firster, right? He is, and even to be fair, a lot of his own supporters, or I guess now probably former supporters, are going, mate, what's the obsession? But the fact that Britain is under attack with the whole digital ID stuff, like we are literally at the coalface, fucking 2020 all over again. We've got this huge protest on the 18th of October. There's a massive protest from now for goodness knows how many weeks all over the country against digital ID. And instead of going, I'm a British patriot, he's going, I'm fucking off to Israel. During that time, like he's going to be out there licking the wall rather than
Because he's caused all the shit here, caused that shit. As I said, I think it was last week that he's the sort of sparks it all off and runs, and that's what he does. And he's just run off, and now he's done his job over here, so they're going to protect him over there. He just punched an old man in the face about 3 weeks ago, but that was all right apparently. And
well, Richie Allen thinks they're going to kill him, doesn't he? He tweeted that the other day. He thinks they're going to kill him in Israel and blame it on Hamas and use it to create a fucking explosion here.
Wouldn't be surprised. He's disposable as anyone. No,
yeah, of course he is. We spoke about it, Rich. I thought they were going to take him out in prison, blame it on a Muslim gang, say that the police look the other way, so you create anger from his supporters against the Muslim community and against the state, because essentially the police are the agents of the state. I was surprised they didn't, to be fair.
Well, they still had some fuel in him. They still had some gas in him, like as it proved a few weeks back when he did that march thing. They still they need someone in there to spark that flame, and it's been sparked now. But still, I don't think it's going to lead to much because people can't be bothered. And I do think people, and including myself, tend to forget that Twitter isn't real life. It's just bollocks, and it's also algorithmically designed to make you think the whole world's talking about these things when you go down around the corner and people ain't got a clue. They haven't got a clue. Like you'll go down and meet someone at the pub, haven't got a clue. Might not have heard of them, but most people haven't got a clue who Marco Rubio is. And they're not really that bothered about Tommy Robinson. They're not that bothered. So I think that the whole Twitter thing sometimes makes it feel like the world is there when actually no one really outside there. Most people don't give a shit. That's a very small faction you're working within. So I think you need to remind yourself of that sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I've been encouraged by like real life conversations regarding digital ID. You know, with parents in the playground, with people in the gym. You know, like you say, because Twitter's not real life. That's encouraging. But the thing is as well, like Twitter not being real life, is it's skewed algorithmically anyway. So they show you what they want you to see. It used to be that you were just in an echo chamber of people that you followed, really. So you didn't really hear anything outside. You didn't really hear any opposing views. And major opposing views were just banned. Whereas now, like, I mean, I don't know about you, mate, but my whole timeline is $7,000 paycheck pro-Israel grifters. Like, it's constant. I don't follow any of these fucking traitors.
Yeah, sorry, it is. Mine is now is ain't Trump amazing? Ain't Trump amazing? Give him the Nobel for that. That's what it is today. And it's like, but then you have to remind yourself that this isn't real life. This is just like literally walking into a museum of dickwits and going, I wonder why there's dickwits in here. Just get out of the museum. And you realize that no one really cares. And I think that's a promising thing to realize. And it does, when you do this work, people watch these shows, you start to think that that's real life. That's the world, and everybody thinks that way. And Trump's winning because everybody on Twitter says he's a great guy, and all of these boosted, but they're only boosted, say, in the kitchen of your house, like the loudest, the loudest idiots in that room. Just outside of that room, it really doesn't have much effect at all.
No, I mean, it's an interesting one in terms of what's been going on in terms of controlling narratives, though. Like particularly the Charlie Kirk one, because that was like I say, that was another example where people were told that the killer was who they wanted the killer to be, and so they went, yeah, brilliant, leftists, all the Democrats, they're whatever, and other people ask questions. Turning Point USA haven't asked any questions, which, as Jay made the point in trending this week, is a bit fucking weird, isn't it? You think they'd be the first people who actually want to get to the bottom of it, given it's their guy. Candice Owens has been like a dog with a fucking bone on it, not letting it go, which, you know, I have respect for. But I saw this yesterday. It's that Tim Pool lad, right? You know, he's got the hat on permanently. I think
Benny
he
boy,
must
yeah.
sleep in it. It's part of his uniform, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's the
it's a
thing about these
character.
people. They all have the character all has a uniform.
It
Like
does.
Bart Simpson,
It's,
like it all, and
it's a
Homer Simpson,
costume.
like they wear the same. It is a costume, man. His hat's a
Yeah.
costume. And that was proved when he went to the White House and he was wearing a suit, but he still had his beanie on. It's like, oh God, it is a prop. Anyway,
Yeah.
he tweeted yesterday going like, this is wild. How Charlie Kirk had said 48 hours before he died that he thought Israel were going to try and kill him. And you're like, dude, you're like a month late. What do you mean this is wild? We were talking about this weeks ago. This is not new information.
No, it's not. But that's
So
why
why
it's
are
been
you now
ring
talking
fenced.
about it? It's weird.
It's
Like
ring
I
fenced.
don't. Well, yeah, I don't believe he's that out of touch, Rich.
No, they're not, and
No.
neither is Candice. That's why it's ring fenced. And I've said this, like I've put this out a few times, is that they've ring fenced the conversation to only include Israel now, and Israel doesn't mean anything. Obviously, they're completely ignoring it, as Candice would do because she's Catholic now. Is completely ignoring Erica Kirk's connections to the Jesuits and to the Knights of Malta. They're not going to go that deep. They've ring fenced the whole thing. Israel only answers to the crown and to these messianic lunatics who answer to the crown. And these go back to these Venetian families. So they're not going to go that deep. So they just ring fence the conversation off at Israel. Well, what'd you do? Well, you're going to go and tell the flag off or something. No one doesn't do anything. And that doesn't bring anything to light. Erica Kirk has deep connections in with the Jesuits and the Knights of Malta, which is these long-held families of the crown, which is the corporation that I believe runs the whole thing. City of London, Washington, D.C. and the Vatican, and Switzerland, where they wash their money. They don't mind you talking about Israel. It's it's just an outpost, really. It's a project.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. It's a fiefdom that they use, and they use Jewish people as a shield. We've spoke about that multiple times. That's all it's about. You can't say anything. Like I saw that Liam Tufts guy, who's another Tommy fan. He's a podcaster. He had this American, because they always are, American IDF soldier on, repeating all the lies about October 7th that even the Israeli media don't say anymore, about the beheaded babies and the babies in ovens and all these things that there's no evidence and because it didn't happen. You know, that's not to say bad things didn't happen. Horrific things happened, but those things didn't. So anyway, he's just repeating them again. And so loads of people commented on his post where he's saying, I've got this interview coming up with this IDF guy, pointing out that everything that's being said here is bullshit. And then he tweeted about how, the amount of Jew hate in the timeline. It's like, it's not fucking Jew hate just to say that the guy's chatting shit. Like, why? It does my head in. Why can I say what I want about Zippy Starmer? Why can I say what I want about Joe Biden? Why can I say what I fucking want about Angela Merkel? Fucking Ardern,
Klaus Schwab,
Klaus Schwab, whoever. I can say what I want about those people. But you say anything about Netanyahu, it's anti-Semitic. You say anything, what?
He's not. Well, he's not Semitic. Let's get that one straight.
No,
He's not
fucking
Semitic.
Polish.
He's Polish, for fuck's sake. It's Mikalski or whatever his name is. None of them are Semitic. So let's get that out. Jewish is a faith. Anyone can be Jewish. Chinese are Jewish. I don't really think much of the Jewish faith. I don't think much of the Christian faith or the Islamic faith or any faith really in that sense. I don't mind you have it. Like, I actually quite admire the fact that you have it, but I still think it's bollocks. I
think you should be allowed to have your faith, and if that you believe what you want. But if you use your faith and your belief as a justification to blow kids' limbs off, you can get to fuck.
Yeah, you can get to absolute fuck, and you're not. It's not a race; it's a faith. There's Chinese Jews. Explain that one. And
Ethiopian
within
Jews,
Judaism,
they don't
exactly.
like them.
No, they don't. It's because they kept
They
the Book of
sterilise
Enoch
them
in their
didn't
Bible.
Well, they sterilise them.
Yeah, they do. That's because they like the Book of Enoch and they kept it in the Bible. Is that it's madness that people are still arguing about this bollocks. IDF are a military arm of a political movement, of a cult that goes way back, that wants to bring about a messianic end times agenda to the world. Get your head out your ass and start looking up.
Well, they're literally spawned out of terrorism. Like, that was the funny thing when I was doing a reaction video last week, where you've got those influencers meeting with Netanyahu, and that one of them's like, don't remember what her name is now, but Deborah or something. And she was saying how, yeah, she'd written a dissertation on it, and how the Lukid party was exactly like, there were so many parallels between that and how Trump came to power and stuff. And it's like the Lukid party were formed by a terrorist, like a literal terrorist. They came out of the air gun, and he was the commander. Begin. He was the commander at the time when they bombed the King David Hotel, killed like 93 people, including British people. People like Tommy and his fans don't fucking even know about this shit, or if they do, they don't. They go like full like that on it.
Yeah, exactly.
He then forms a political party called Lukid, and the Ergun terrorist militia became the IDF. So they are see, this is the thing, isn't it? Everything's inverted.
It is.
Those that are accusing everyone else of terrorism are
yeah, they are literally terrorists, right? And that is absolutely true. And also, when you're looking at the Hamas and who funded them openly, we know that Netanyahu is behind the funding of Hamas for years. And I didn't even realize how extensive it was until recently. Not only did he say, look, you need to fund them and keep them in to take over the PLO, he was still funding them through allowing funds sent to Qatar in 2020.
Yeah,
at least.
yeah.
Like, it's insane. You have got two, we say here, the pincer movement. You've got the IDF, who are a terrorist organization born out of a terrorist organization, fighting a terrorist organization that was funded by the same guy that runs the IDF, Netanyahu. You've got two terrorist organizations fighting each other that come from the same pot, the same same source, over a piece of land that they want, and they're decimated. And now you've got another guy that's going, who's in the pocket of these messianic lunatics with the idea, the Netanyahu that funded those two into existence at the moment, taking responsibility and saying, yeah, I stopped it all. What the fuck? Can't people get about this?
The fact that you can stand there and just say, like, at the end of the day, and we said this long before October 7th, because it happens like it tended to be a biannual thing where Hamas would just suddenly start firing rockets. Israel would have to respond because Israel has a right to defend itself, would decimate, mow the lawn, as they call it, killing a bunch of Palestinians and creating an expanded buffer zone, building settlements in that buffer zone and taking over that area. Like, that's the modus operandi. So if you stand there and say that Hamas are used by Israel to stop a Palestinian state ever happening, then you get called an anti-Semite and a conspiracy theorist and all that kind of shit. Yet Benjamin Netanyahu can stand there in 2019 on film, you can watch it on YouTube, on film, saying that they need to continue funneling money through Qatar into Hamas to stop the implementation of a two-state solution, so of a Palestinian state. So he's literally saying the words that you are saying and being called names for saying. It's extraordinary, man. It's wild, actually.
It's cognitive dissonance. It's splitting. That's exactly what it is. Oh, let's get on to let's do another one. Let's go stick with Trump though. He hangs around with some dodgies, doesn't he? Trump.
He's a gangster.
Well, he is.
What they do.
He really is. He is a gangster. But there's some sexual deviance going on around there. Breaking: Trump ally and former Texas mega church. Always a red flag when people say them. Do you want to pop down the mega church? I don't. Yeah. Not today.
Where's the best place to find God? A fucking football stadium. It's mad, isn't it? Those churches are like football stadiums, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, exactly. They are. No, I'm sure he's that worried about it. The Texas megachurch pastor Robert Morris pleads guilty to sexually abusing a 12-year-old girl in the 1980s. And he's sitting here next to Trump, and he was a real, part of Trump's, what do you call it, movement. I mean, he's there next to him as if Trump didn't know that. Of course he knew that. He's got all the MI6, MI5, FBI, CIA all around him, and he didn't know the guy sitting next to him was a child abuser. He pled guilty to it as well, this guy.
It's like the royal family. It's like MI5 not knowing that Savile was a nonce.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
Utter bullshit.
Is that picture true where he's standing behind Keir Starmer as a kid? Is that a real picture? Have you seen that?
I've not seen it. But I in the AI world, mate, I'd question everything with that.
Oh no, I saw this quite a while back, like many years ago. But I've always kind of questioned whether it was a real one or not. So I don't know. But yeah, so Trump's Former Texas megachurch pastor Robert Morris has been pled guilty for molesting a 12-year-old kid, and this is the same guy that was best mates with Jeffrey Epstein, but didn't know what was going on, although everybody else did. It's ridiculous.
It's utter bollocks, mate. Utter bollocks. They've got Trump over a barrel. Absolutely over a barrel. Like, you see his thing the other day with Ghislaine Maxwell, where, because obviously she's gone for her appeal, hasn't she? And basically it's been denied. So then the reporter says, "Are you going to, speak to the DOJ about, her getting a pardon off you?" Basically, I think she's requested a pardon from Trump. And he was like, "Who?" He was like, Ghislaine Maxwell. Was like, "Oh, sorry, it's just I've not heard that name in so long."
It's such poor acting, isn't it?
What the fuck are you talking about? It's all you fucking heard. Epstein and Maxwell is literally all you've heard, to the point where you've barked at and got shirty with reporters in the last few weeks about, are we still talking about it? And so this is the thing. So then you go, okay, well, there's two scenarios here then. Either he genuinely thinks he's not heard the name Ghislaine Maxwell, in which case he's Joe Biden level fucking senile, or he's reacting in a weird sort of way because he's got fucking shit to hide.
He just, the fact is, this is your president, allegedly, of the United States, which I know is a crown corporation, but we'll get to that. He blatantly, overtly will lie to your face, given any circumstance, any situation, to get him out of a difficult question. He will. This is the guy you're following, who's just lied to you then, but he's telling you the truth about many other more important things.
Yeah. I mean, he diverts because he lies. But I was saying this the other day on the show. It's like, where if someone if your missus accuses you of doing something, like, or insinuates that maybe you've done something, and asks where you were at a certain, what were you doing last night? And then you just go off around the houses and start talking about weird shit that's unrelated to stuff. Like, yeah, and then the guy in the kebab house, he slipped. And I said to him, you'll find this funny, I said, she'd be going, right, you're diverting away here. You're making me suspicious. So Trump diverts away with that stuff, just like he did with the Charlie Kirk thing, when they were asking him how he was holding up, and he started talking out the building of a ballroom.
I know.
It's just bizarre.
Because the Jesuits are weird. I mean, educated. I mean, brainwashed. Yeah, Charlie Kirk Erica Kirk and Trump are both Jesuits. What we got next? Let's try and move on from Trump, or we got more Trump.
Okay, let's keep with digital ID then. We'll keep with digital ID, but this is a sort of, in the back door thing, so Starmer's all over it probably. Obviously, Starmer's announced digital ID mandatory for adults in the United Kingdom to work, to be able to rent a property, all this kind of stuff, which will obviously expand. They're already trying to bring it in for company directors and stuff now.
Yeah.
Because they will target individual groups first, obviously, rather than just going for the whole swathe of everyone, where they're going to get a big resistance. But what they're also doing is they're introducing digital ID for kids in the small print of something called the Child Welfare and Schooling Bill, which has gone through Parliament already. You didn't hear about it, neither did I. It's gone through Parliament already, and it's in the House of Lords now. So it's just waiting for that to be ticked off, and then royal assent from old sausage fingers, which it will get, obviously. Yeah. Where basically the state has control of everything. It will basically pave the way to the end of homeschooling and all sorts, right? Your kid will have a digital ID, and all their data will be harvested, including their health data. So if your kid's not jabbed and all that sort of bullshit.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Everyone's focusing on digital ID, and this is coming in the back door. But what's mad is some people have got wind of it. The media have not touched it, so there's your red flag. But some people have got wind of it and have started exposing stuff because they've read the bill and have, kind of managed to push it out to a few people. So there's a petition out there. Now, the petition against digital ID is at like 3.5 million or whatever. And the government has already come out basically with absolute contempt for the population, saying, well, yeah, cool signature. I like that one. Yeah, we're doing it anyway. Well, with this one, it's the same. So there's a petition of about 135,000 people. Obviously, it should be a lot more than that, but people don't know about it. But 135,000 people against this child welfare and schooling bill. And they've had to respond, as they have to at that point. And they've done the same again. They've said this bill is going to improve X, Y, and Z, and this, and this, and this, and this. That's it. They don't even acknowledge why people have got an issue with it. They just say, yeah, this is doing this. Which means they're going to push it through. They're speeding up, mate.
They're desperate. Yeah, they're really desperate because they're getting to the point now where they're really pushing people. People aren't biting for the right things. Yes, you might, as I said earlier, like with the whole London thing, I think I said a few weeks back, the Tommy Robinson thing. It's all right for 2 days to go wave your flag and get a bit pissed, but by come Monday, you can give a shit. And this is the same thing. It's a pro and a con because we don't get anything done because we're all over the place, but also they can't get us to do anything because we're all over the place. And I just think that in the end, they're desperate to get people to act accordingly. But human beings don't do that en masse, especially now. You could have got away with that 100 years ago when you didn't have the internet, you didn't have the interconnectedness, you didn't have the wherewithal and understanding of the world around you because you really only concentrated on, maybe your county, if you're lucky. But now it's not like that. They can't do the same things that they did then. People are more aware and more pissed off. So it's not going to work out for them. And as I've always said, it's just how much damage are they going to do in the process? And it's going to be bad when it turns on them and people realize that to the more like, obviously we've realized for years, but there is a point where that tipping point goes over. They know they're in panic mode. You don't do as overtly stupid things as Trump is doing or Starmer's doing or Digital ID is, or even Tommy Robinson's doing if you're not desperate.
Yeah, exactly.
This
It doesn't come from a
desperation.
position of
You don't go
strength.
to London and cause a load of trouble, then piss off to Israel. No, it doesn't. They're terrified.
They are.
They're
I mean, that's
absolutely
why,
terrified, and I think people need to realize that.
well, the Israel aspect of it is mad in terms of that, taking over TikTok, taking over CBS, taking over Paramount, trying to take over X big time, as if they didn't really already have quite a large bit of control over it. And again, these are Netanyahu's own words. Elon is a friend, blah, blah. But did you see Richard Tice as well, the Reform deputy leader? He's been over, mate. He's been licking that wall, mate. But it's so funny because he's always been a knob. He is a knob. And I know people think still, for some reason, that Reform are alternative when they're anything but. Just look at Tice's stance on everything when it mattered. It's always fucking wrong. He was all for going for Russia. He was all for sacking NHS staff for not getting the jab and all that bullshit. Like, the guy's full of shit. But yeah, he went and licked the wall. Mate, you look at his timeline from when he went to lick the wall. It's unbelievable, mate. That even his own supporters or Reform's own supporters are literally commenting, going, "You've got any comments about England? Comments about your own country?" He's literally obsessed, mate. It's like every other tweet is mad.
It's good. It's good at people picking up on it. You can't have Tommy Robinson going around the city causing all that trouble with a big protest in England first and then pissing off to lick the wall in Israel. I mean, it could not. And that's how desperate they are because it's so blatant. Like, it's so blatant that even it's almost like they've gone, right, you guys now need to publicly show your hand that you're on our side.
Yeah, well, I think it's about tomorrow. It's not about yesterday. They're not trying to save face in terms of what they've done in Gaza because it's too late. Like, the horses bolted and booted everyone in the head. Like, it's done.
Yeah.
So it's about what they're planning to do with Gaza, of course, which is chuck the people out and then not let them back. But they'll also chuck them out into the Sinai in Egypt. They'll chuck them into Jordan. And then they'll probably do that. Oh, no, some Hamas operatives got out. Oh, we better go and sort them out. So you go in and take those areas over because they're part of the Greater Israel Project anyway. And also a war with Iran. It's because they know they've got shit planned that people are going to kick off about. So they need to get their censorship and wall lickers in early. I think that's what it is, man.
No, I think you're right. And I think a big part of this may well be when they kick the rest of the Palestinians, God bless them, the real God, or whatever that means, out, that you're looking at that Neom city in Saudi Arabia as you could live in this one I made earlier, and that will be, I think a test lab for some of them, unfortunately.
Well, they already are. I was making this point the other day. I spoke to Claire Wills Harrison, and she was making the point as well. It's like they already are. If you think about what they want for us, the rest of the world, you've got Gaza, which is the most surveilled piece of land on the planet. They're the most surveilled people on the planet. Somehow missed October 7th. Weird. Most surveilled people on the planet. They all have to have ID cards, Israeli issued ID cards and all that sort of stuff. there was a period of time during the siege on Gaza where Israel was limiting how much food was allowed into Gaza per head, worked out on a calorie per head of population, so that they could keep the population at near starvation levels, not enough for them to kick off out of desperation, but not enough for them to, have a decent, free fucking life. And you're like, well, what do they want for us? They want the same for us. Like they test their weapons on Palestinians. That's why when Israel sells its arms and America sells its arms, they're battle tested, and they say that on them. Yeah, they're battle tested. Yeah, because you've fucking kneecapped a load of kids with them, you fucking fucks. And it's like it's so inverted that people that understand what's coming or what the plan is that's coming have been conditioned to hate the guinea pigs that this whole thing's being tested on. It's mad.
Yeah. Well, they hate themselves because it's been tested on them as well, and us. The whole point is that we're all in the firing line of these idiots. There's not many of them, and that's what your dad's been saying for years. Many others have been saying for years. You like a Guinness World Record, don't you?
I do.
I don't know how to find these. This woman's got some strength, I tell you. As a woman, I mean, she's built.
Is it
like well though? No, because she don't look too. I mean, to be fair, I can only see her doing a pull up, but she don't look too like blokey. She just looks like she's worked out a lot. She's performed a certain amount of pull ups in 1 hour. How many do you think she's done?
Jesus. Okay.
For an hour, pull up straight.
Well, it's got to be something stupid if it's a world record. An hour.
An hour managing an hour doing pull ups.
Well, how long does a push up? How a press up? Sorry, press up or pull up. Sorry, how long does a pull up take? Well, it's going to slow down a lot throughout. I'm going to go something ridiculous like 908.
Not far off. 733. She's done 733 pull-ups in 1 hour. Jade Henderson completed 733 pull-ups in 1 hour to break a Guinness World Record. An Australian bodybuilder broke a Guinness World Record that had stood for nearly a decade when she completed 733 pull-ups in an hour. Jade Henderson, 32, averaged more than 12 pull-ups in a minute to break the record. So it was 725 before. So she thought, just do a few more. Just get over the line there.
She must be like spaghetti arms after that, mate.
Oh, yeah, she wouldn't be able to wipe her own bum for a while.
She looks like Mr. Tickle.
Yeah. And see a reach around. I don't think you can't. I decided to start training for the pull-up world record because I like the idea of doing something that nobody else had ever done. Well, that's not true because someone else.
The previous record holder had already done it. Jade.
Didn't think this through, Jade. Also wanted to see what my mind and body were physically capable of. Good luck to her, though. I mean, she seems like a nice lady.
Yeah, that's amazing.
733 pull-ups in a thing.
I wonder
I bet she can't shove a bunch of straws up her ass. Though.
No, exactly. I wonder what her testosterone levels are. Whether she's got elevated testosterone that's assisted. Because do you remember that athlete? Who was I talking to about this the other day? They banned this athlete because her testosterone was to the point where it was too high. Not that she'd taken drugs, and there was a question over whether they were male or female or whatever. And it was Samanya, wasn't it?
Was
her name Samanya? And you're like, Samanya? So they always fucking tell you. Samanya.
Oh, so always decode it. Just decode it.
It's like, Amanda. Samantha.
Yeah. Exactly, Amanda Hug and Kiss. That was one of my favourites. That was my stripper name. What we got next? But yeah, the pull-up world record.
Green Party, they love all that sort of shit, don't they? You see, they've got a new leader, Polanski, not Roman, a different Polanski. He's leading the Green Party now, and they're looking quite strong in London, I think, in terms of winning, because this is the thing that people forget. They go, but Labour they'll get all the Muslims because they pander to the Muslims. Like, they've just helped Israel fucking genocide Gaza. I don't think Muslims have got much time for Labour, mate. But they've definitely don't tend to have much time for the Conservatives or Reform. So suddenly the Green Party sort of puts its jacket on, ready to go.
Literally winning. We won by omniscient. We won because everybody else was so shit.
Yeah, basically. But they could take London. They're saying anyway. Which, well, God, fucking hell, imagine what they do in terms of ULEZ and shit. They go mad. But Yeah, this
They always tell
Polanski
you in the
guy.
name, don't they?
Yeah, he's ULEZ sounds like an insult, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But he's come out at this conference, and I think they've passed it as part of, as like I think members or whatever. I don't know how it works with like political party conferences where policy is essentially determined by a bunch of people who then vote on it with the membership or whatever. But they voted anyway that if they come into some kind of power, that they will ban private landlords. So you go,
What do you mean?
so who's going to be well, because you're doing that at the same time that most people can't afford to buy a house. Therefore, most people are renting, but they're not going to be renting off of private landlords anymore because you're going to basically get rid of that by adding loads of taxes on, so it just becomes financially unviable for them to do it. So who's going to own the houses then? The state, BlackRock, Black Cube, all these all these hedge funds. And then you go, isn't it funny how you've got the main parties that are all pushing policy that builds up you'll own nothing, you'll have no privacy, and you'll be happy. And then these outsiders come in. The Green Party, they're different. They're outsiders. They've never been in power. They're going to change everything. And the first thing they say at their fucking conference is they're going to bring in something that would tie perfectly in with exactly that you will own nothing. You're like, yeah, it's weird that, isn't it? It's weird.
It's because what they've done there. I suppose what they've done is they've identified the fact that people are paying too much rent. So the very bottom end of people, the lowest, the guys that are struggling to get by, are paying too much rent. So therefore, they're angry at their landlords. So they've identified a problem there and gone, well, look, get rid of the landlords for you if you come vote for us, because there's more people that are skint than have got money to buy property to let out. So there's a bigger voting pool. So that gives them vote. And then, but what it actually does is just gives, and also ticks another box because it gives power to the state again, or the Crown Corporation, to hike the rents even higher, or even worse, which will probably be happening, is put it on your digital ID. If you don't comply properly, you can't have a roof over your head.
Oh yeah, if you don't, if you don't have a digital ID or whatever, then you won't. That will just be added on to the you can't work unless you've got one. You can't rent off the state unless you've got one. You can't get benefits unless you've got one. So they'll, pick people, the most desperate and vulnerable people off. Absolutely. What's funny though is that there's a green, and it pointed this out in the newspaper. To fair, that there's Green Party MPs sat there clapping that are landlords.
Idiots.
Idiots.
Total
idiots, mate.
They're just basically just robbing from the poor to give to the extremely poor to steal back to the state. They're just rinsing as much pennies out. That's like the middle class is completely gone because
Well, that's what it is. They're robbing the poor as always. They're robbing the middle class, but they're saying they're not. They're saying it's to give to the poor, but then they just happen to not hand it over.
No, it goes up there, and then also when you got your universal basic income and that, there'll probably be a point on there. And I'm probably giving them ideas now. Of like, if the less compliant you are, the more you're paying rent that month. You'll actually earn rent tokens to come off your rent. Something stupid like that. They could do anything.
Wouldn't surprise me at
Any
all,
old
mate.
crap, couldn't they?
Wouldn't surprise me. They'll probably do that with benefits as well. The country's gone to the dogs. So to make it better, we need people to act better, and we need to incentivize acting good and acting nice. So, your universal basic income is dependent on you behaving yourself, keeping your mouth shut,
Keeping your
not
mouth
saying
shut's going to be a
anything
big one, yeah.
Yeah, not saying anything about Benjamin Netanyahu, not saying anything about Chairman Starmer, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Fucking joke.
Exactly. We can see where it's coming or going. Let's have a look. My last one is, this Knights Templar guy. Bless him. He turned up. A man wearing a Crusader outfit with the Jerusalem cross is standing here in opposition to the pro-Hamas crowd. They're not the pro-Hamas crowd. Obviously, they're a pro-Palestinian crowd. So it's all mixed up in there.
Yeah,
the anti-genocide crowd, because obviously that's been resaid, but also the Knights Templar went in and just they didn't mind slaughtering everyone, to be honest, when they went in, but they were part of the Assassins anyway, and it was all the mystery schools and the Freemasons are all involved with those lot, and it's the Catholic Church, so people haven't got a clue Like they're telling a joke. They're going, "How weird is it that he's gone in there with that on, pro Hamas?" When actually you've so twisted up in your logic of understanding what this is about. You even stand in front of a bloody screen with a fleur de lis on it, which is the Trinity. Like the people just don't understand. I'm not saying that guy does either. Like it's
No,
so
he's just Googled
confused.
Crusades outfit and bought one probably.
And he's got his tin hat on and all of that sort of stuff. Loads of fun. This is Britain first nonsense, isn't it? That they don't really understand at all because it's the crown.
Well, that's you're not
Talk about
you're not
going
meant
getting
to, you're
yourself.
not meant to understand it though, are you? That's the point. It's meant to be confusing. So you turn yourself off from the confusing stuff because that does made in. That's like listening to like some fucking concerto where there's loads going off. It's like, oh fucking hell, just give me the Beatles. And so then people
Yeah.
just turn it towards the most simple answer, which is Muslims bad. You know, greatest ally good, whatever, whatever the narrative is that day. It's hard to keep
Yeah,
up.
the inversion of everything that's the whole point, isn't it? The inversion of it all as well. We're getting to a really weird point in the world right now. Really,
Oh,
really
mate, we
weird.
are.
And then
Yeah, we are.
I think
And I
with
don't.
COVID, it was overt, but this is creepy weird.
Yeah, and they're starting to target China as well. If you've noticed that over the last sort of 48 hours, they started to sort of move their gun sights towards them. In terms of obviously that Paulina Luna one, who was supposedly exposing Epstein and JFK, but didn't do anything of the sort, saying that China was involved in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. You're like,
How?
fucking off. They funded it
How?
apparently. Fucking, was that even mean? Was that even mean? They buy Tyler's fucking Converse All Stars, did they? Was it even mean? They didn't even
But it
buy him a
doesn't mean
gun. He
anything.
apparently nicked it off his granddad. So what's the funding for? Like utter bullshit.
But
They're
also the
saying that
whole like
Russia is
blaming it on a
involved
country.
too. Yeah, they're saying Russia's involved as well in fueling misinformation. It's like, oh mate, I think there was some story in the UK as well about spies being caught spying for China on the British government. They're starting to plant seeds. You can see it. It's like, yeah, all right, mate.
So what are you going to have Tommy Robinson's lot rise up against China next?
China.
China. It's just, there's nothing behind these. These are all flags and names that don't mean anything. That's
Yeah,
the
it's all
point. It's
bullshit.
phantoms. You can't.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Israel. What does that mean? What does that mean? It's like saying it's Argos. It's like saying it's Woolworths. It doesn't mean
Well,
anything.
Woolworths are gone, mate. Woolworths are done. I think you
Yeah.
still get a Woolworths in Australia, but Woolworths in the UK, that's long gone.
I know. They're
Argos,
massive as well.
they've
It shows you
retreated back into Sainsbury's.
how. Yeah, they have. They've been inside Sainsbury's now. That's true.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't know. You got any more?
No, mate. I was just watching you rubbing your right eye then, and I was thinking that's just, do you know what I mean?
I tell you what, those heat patches have done me the trick with my blepharitis.
Yeah,
Much better.
I meant to ask about that. I just was rude and stuff. But how are they? Yeah,
Much better. 1,000 times better. The heat pack's brilliant. Just
that's
heat it
great.
up,
It's weird,
stick
isn't
it
it?
on. It's very
Yeah,
weird.
but
It's
it
the last thing I
seems
would
to
have
make all
thought
the
of.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Made a
wow.
huge
I'm glad
difference.
it's come to that then. Because, yeah,
Yeah.
that sorted me out and all. Although I need to get
It's,
my eyes tested now. I need to get glasses, man. I've got to go down that
I
road.
bought some new ones. We're getting old, guys. That's it. When you look back on the very first episode of this WTAF podcast that used to appear at the end of the credits because I never cut the clip out, so I had to chop it off every time, and it just looks. We've aged. Put it that way.
Oh, mate, I've aged like a pear, like a piece of fruit in the sun.
Yeah, I have as well. This I was really going downhill recently. I'm on the comeback now. Oh, Trump's got me down today, guys, because it's just like, oh, it's just boring and it's just ridiculous. And it's just the people that have funded killing children and now being congratulated for not killing any more children. I don't know what to do with this place. I might have to go sit in the garden for a little while.
Do it, mate. Take your shoes and socks off and do some grounding work, mate.
That's true. Yeah, I might do that.
That's
Making
what
people get their CBD.
that's what
Go on.
Law does. If Law's getting stressed, she just takes her shoes and socks off, or takes her socks off and just goes out in the garden, just stands there on the lawn, just right. It helps,
Does
man.
she?
Yeah, you can. She's like 7 going on 45. That one, but you can.
Gonna
Yeah, you
say.
can head over to supremecbd.uk. Use the code WTAF. You get 40% off of everything. If you want to watch more stuff that we do that isn't quite as blasé and unprofessional, you can head to
Ickonic.com, and you can see all the shows there. I think there's 13 shows that go out a week, including a couple from Gaz, 2 from me. Your dad's show goes out. You've got trending every day, and lots of series and documentaries on there that go back 6 years. And the forums open as well, so you can talk to each other and
chat,
discuss these
slag it off
topics.
to our faces.
Yeah, tell us that we're rubbish. And we
Do
will
it.
see you in a week's time. Thank you for all your support. And next week, hopefully, I'll be a little bit more jolly.
You'll
Something
be
might
on
happen.
it. We'll just take shitloads of drugs before, man, and we'll have a riot. It'll be cool.
That's true. I usually take them before, but I waited till the afternoon because we did this early today. So I've got
Yeah.
12 o'clock to get to, and then I can get on the old smack again.
Get on. Get on. It's 12 o'clock somewhere. Take care, mate.
You want to see you later.
See everyone. Bye.